Hey Tales Driver! Today I'm going to show you a Halloween-themed dark fantasy game that I designed and wrote the story and dialogue for back in 2009 for BioWare's Neverwinter Nights. And best of all, this game was heavily inspired by Silent Hill. After today's story, I'll show you another Halloween-fitting game that I made. And to see it, just stay to the end of this video. This is Superior Tale. Samhain's Eve. It's that time again, the dark time of the year, when the line between the world of the living and the dead collide, and you get to eat pumpkins and pretend to be a monster for a short while. You are an average hero that decided that the best place to celebrate Halloween this year is to travel to the most remote location you can find in the middle of nowhere. In this case, that place is called the Red Dragon Inn. The caravan people that you traveled with is here celebrating as well. But the question is, was all this really a good choice on your part? Samhain's Eve. Objectives: gather the caravan people, find the caravan and leave the forest. Entry 1. Happy Halloween. It's that time again, that dark time of the year, the darkness of Samhain, or otherwise simply known as Halloween. Spooky spooky. I decided to attend this Halloween party in this remote inn in the middle of nowhere. Don't ask me why. Sometimes I just get these do something out of the ordinary that'll most likely get you killed moments. But I think I've partied enough now, so I believe it's time for me to leave. I went here by caravan, so my first task will be to gather the caravan people, find the caravan, and leave this place. When I look at this statue, I suddenly get an urge to burn the world. Pretty messed up, huh? Must be this suit.
Hail, traveler!
Hail, traveler! How are you faring this dark evening? The evening of Samhain.
What?
Stop disturbing me! Can't you see I'm busy trying to eat this stupid pumpkin? I freaking hate pumpkins!
What?
I love reading books during Halloween. Horror stories. Love it.
Salutations!
The Crimson Prophet rules, right? Well, I'm a big fan. Oh, and happy Halloween. What do you think about my outfit? Quite deadly, huh? Woohoo! I love running around in circles for no apparent reason. She simply smiles at you. I am the god of the other world of Halloween. Merry Christ, happy Halloween.
Hello.
The power, search for the power. I need a Powerade to be able to stay up late.
Greetings.
Damn it, I don't like Halloween. Not at all. Darn it, I should have stayed at home. I'm afraid of ghosts, god dang it. And these goddamn pumpkins. There's so many that I could be living on pumpkins until next Halloween. And they stink. Crap. Well, better watch out for trick-or-treaters then. Where? I was just kidding. Ooh, you got me there. I thought I was down there for a second. Stop scaring me like that. Sheesh. What is it you want? I'm here to return my room keys and get the key for the main door. Oh, so you're leaving already? Can't say I'm surprised. This place really stinks. Even I, as the owner, wouldn't want to be staying in this dump, so I don't blame you. Here you go. Off you go now. Go and play a Halloween prank on someone now. Or go trick-or-treating or whatever it's called. You receive the key to the outside. Was there something else you wanted? Get on with it. I don't have all day. I have loads of pumpkins to clean. Just thinking about it makes me feel meh. Do you know where the caravan folks are that brought me here? I haven't seen them around here. The caravan, you say? The ones who were supposed to bring me more flour? They should be outside right now. They just talked to me about leaving, so that must be the most logical assumption. If you hurry, you may catch them before you leave. What do you mean? I traveled with them. They should be waiting for me. They said something about feeling uneasy or whatever that's supposed to mean. I mean, it's Halloween. What I've heard, you're supposed to feel uneasy during this weekend. I better run outside then. You do that. And be sure to tell them to bring that flour in here. It'll get moldy out there in the fog. Happy Halloween then. Screw you. Well, likewise then. Entry 2. Left behind. I can't believe they left without me. They said that they'd be waiting for me. Damn them. They better be waiting outside the inn or else I'll kick their freaking asses. The tavern owner told me that they had told him that the reasons for leaving so early had been because they had felt uneasy for some reason. Well, I'll ask them once I find them.
Greetings.
Back again? Are you stupid or something? The plot device for my conversation is over, and there's nothing else for you to do here. Now scram! Try finding some living dead creatures or something to play with. Please visit the Red Dragon Inn again, soon. Welcome to Red Dragon Inn. It's still warm. Seems like the caravan left in a hurry. Lucky you. The old flower wagon lies abandoned. Seems like the caravan left in a hurry. They didn't even bother unloading the flower bags, or even taking the wagon with them back. It's one of the caravan knights. Hey, wait, stop! Hey! Objectives. Go back and find an alternative route. Find the caravan and leave the forest. Entry 3. Disappearances. Man, a dead end. I followed one of the caravan knights back the way I came with the caravan, and the road seems like the road has collapsed. This is very strange, because this road was just fine a couple of hours ago. Another thing that disturbs me is what happened to the knight I followed. He's nowhere in sight. Did he fall down? No point in sticking around here. I'll go back and see if I can find another way back. That's a caravan knight they just chased after. What is going on here? The caravan knight simply stares at you. Man, am I glad to see you. Let's find the others now. They are gone. Samhain took them. Samhain? What the hell are you saying? What the hell is Samhain? Samhain, or rather, the spirit of Samhain. It's the spirit of Halloween. He has returned. He took the rest. Now, only I remain. A spirit, you say? Let's get out of here then. I have a bad feeling about this place. Why leave? It has only just begun. The time to spread death and fear is now. Samhain has returned. He has returned. Don't you see? What the hell are you talking about? Why are you so obsessed with Samhain? Because I am Samhain. I'm not strong enough yet, but you'll see. Soon I will be. I'll stop you. I won't allow you to bring death around you as you plan to do. Well, good luck. You can't stop me. I am the millennia-old spirit of Samhain. I've seen thousands of ages, and I won't face my defeat in a mere mortal such as you. A storm cometh. Beware.
This is not over.
I better go after him. Who knows what he'll do? Entry 4. The plot thickens. I met the caravan knight I've been chasing after, but it turns out that was just a disguise for the spirit of Samhain, the spirit of Halloween. And he seems to be planning to plunge the world into a never-ending nightmare of constant Halloween horror. It seems like the real caravan was killed by the spirit of Samhain. I must follow him wherever he's going and stop his plans. What kind of horrors are awaiting you in the darkness of Samhain's castle? Before I reveal that to you, want to see more videos of the other Neverwinter Nights games that I've made? I created 2 dark fantasy games inspired by Final Fantasy and 2 inspired by Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and a Halloween-themed game for Neverwinter Nights 2. Hit pause on this video for a moment and let me know the name of the game you'd like to see next in the comments below. You can also get free stories and previews from Beer Year Tales by visiting beeryeartales.com. And now, let's finish this story. Objectives. Make your way through the dark castle. Find the spirit of Samhain. Stop Samhain's plans. Entry 5. Into the abyss. I found this dark castle and taken shelter from the storm within it. Samhain must have gone in here. I just feel it. I have to find my way through the castle and hopefully find Samhain somewhere along the way. I better be careful. Who knows what kind of traps that foul spirit could have set for me.
will set you free.
Let the earth take you!
Now the world shall know the face of fear, Samhain. Objectives: make your way through the dark world. Find the spirit of Samhain. Stop Samhain's plans. Entry 6. Happy Samhain's Eve. The Dread Dragon Inn has turned into a hellish visage of its former self, and everyone in it has turned into zombies. Samhain must be somewhere within the walls of this dark, parallel world. I have to make my way through this hell, and find him. There's a corpse wagon here. It smells horribly. Seems like there's a place for a single person or corpse left here. If I consider Sam Haines' twisted mind and humor, it probably means that I should push this wagon and myself with it into this hole. He might be waiting for me down there. Start pushing the wagon and jump into it before it falls down into the hole. You managed to follow my clues. Clever. But this time, I'm not as weak as I was at our first encounter. Come, filthy creature, and die before my almighty power. Defeated by a mere mortal. How shameful. How could you be so powerful as beyond me? Very well. I will leave your world alone for now. Until next Samhain's Eve. Your vision of the laughing spirit of Samhain faded into a bright light, and you seem to have awoken in the tent of the caravan you've been looking for this whole time. I'm back, thank the gods. Back? Ah, I understand. You must have had a dream. What do you mean? We found you unconscious on the side of the road near an old abandoned inn. We've actually been looking for you for quite some time. You must have left when we'd set camp. Perhaps you have been sleepwalking? Hard to tell, really, how the mind works. The most important thing is that finally managed to find you. Whoa, what a shock! But it is still Halloween, right? Well, was. You just missed it, regretfully. Haha, yeah, I sure did. I've experienced a Samhain's Eve instead. Samhain's Eve? What do you mean, you? Ah, nothing. Nothing at all. Click or tap the screen here to see a playthrough of my game, Surviving Horror, inspired by Resident Evil. Thank you to my Patreon members. Your support helps the channel. And Tailsdriver, happy Halloween!